Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is the finale, the grand finale. Part two of the finale, too, if you want to go by that. It's like a whole bunch of books. This is it. It's not just slabs. There's some raw books as well. And I'm going to show you some pretty cool books. I tried to save a lot of really great books for the end. If you haven't watched all the other parts, there's great books all through. It's like massive, cool books all the way through this unboxing, and but I'm going to end with a big bang. So let's get into it. The very first comic is kind of an interesting one. This is Doom Patrol, and it's I forgot what series this is, but it's Young Animal #1. And you're probably wondering what's so special about this book. This was actually a hot book. Actually, there was a different cover, which is, I think it's like a taco or something like that. But this is the cover you actually want. So this book is the first appearance of this girl, Space Girl. And she's kind of an interesting character. She's like missing a leg, and she's like a little bit in weird shape. But she's going to be in the new Doom Patrol season. So kind of a cool character that they're going to be utilizing, and this book became sort of hot. Not necessarily this copy though, because people are chasing the wrong book. They're chasing the A cover, but the A cover doesn't feature her on the cover. So I actually recommend getting this cover, which is the variant, and it's actually, a better spec in my opinion. So if you're specking on Doom Patrol, that's the book to get. Okay. And another collection that I've been trying to get is you're going to see, like, I actually got all the books except one from this collection. And it's a Golden Age series called Captain Science. And I'm going to show you a bunch. And these were basically really interesting because a lot of them were cover swipes from earlier comics. So it ran, I think it ran 7 issues. So it was very short-lived run. Then it was renamed something else later in number 8. But I now have almost a complete run. I'm missing 1 issue. But I'm going to show you the ones that I got in this unboxing. So this is number 6. And this is really, really cool cover. Just like great bondage one. The girl on the missile, guy with the bubble helmet. And yeah, just a really great sci-fi cover. But also great good girl art cover. And that's really what I liked about Captain Science. It would feature a lot of these kind of really great covers that were almost like cover swipes of earlier stuff, where they would basically add sci-fi elements to the original cover. So this is Captain Science number 6. Captain Science number 2. This is a great good girl art cover. The robot in behind as well. And if you check out my Instagram, I actually posted these out before doing this unboxing. I usually post out things before I actually receive them. Once I buy them, I post it out on my Instagram. And this is Captain Science number 4. This is a Wally Wood cover. So really, phenomenal artist from the Golden Age. And this cover has been homaged many times. Because, it is such a cool cover. So, yeah, Captain Science number 4. And the last one is Captain Science number 7. And this is a great skeleton cover. You got the woman being dragged who knows where. Yeah, and the guy again with the bubble helmet. So this is Captain Science number 7. And this one has actually been eluding me. I bid on it several times, but I never can seem to win on it. My comic shop had 2 copies. One was a remainder copy, and they had this one, which was it's a beat up copy, but still, yeah, presents reasonably well. Not amazingly well, but it's got a big rip right across the middle of it. It's like a 1.0, okay? But it's still a cool comic. Okay, and now I'll get into the slabs. First slab, I was watching JP budgeting comics or something, or collectibles or something like that. And one of the books that he recommended that he likes, and one that I've actually seen other people recommend, that this book was kind of pivotal to getting them into this character, was a Nightwing number 78. And this was like, I guess the Nightwing series wasn't really going that well. But then when this writer got involved and kind of redid the series, it really picked up, and it really created a following. So this is Nightwing number 78. And it's just a cool cover anyways. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it. I'm planning on reading the series because I heard such great things about it. So this is the one that kind of started it all, with the new writer. And who's the writer? Tom Taylor. And the cover was by Bruno Redondo. So yeah, kind of cool cover as well. And another big book. This is actually a really big book, under the radar though. So a lot of people collect first appearances, right? And first artist artwork as well. So this artist, his first artwork was in Jumbo Comics 69, I believe. But this is his first cover. And I had to kind of do some research to find out that this was indeed his first cover. I'm not, like, unless there was something that I missed, I believe that this is his first cover. And whenever you look at the guy's Wikipedia page, it says that this is his first cover. So I do believe that this is his first cover. And this is Crown Comics number 6. And this is a Matt Baker cover. And this is his first cover that I can find in comics. So yeah, so Matt Baker cover and art. So yeah, really great comic, Crown Comics. So I actually have a few Matt Baker comics from this run. So there's a earlier Crown Comics that has his first character that he created. And it's the first black hero in comics. So Crown Comics is one of those under the radar kind of series that does feature some pretty major keys. And this is one of them. And Matt Baker was very involved with this comic series. So this is Crown Comics number 6, first Matt Baker cover. And Matt Baker is kind of considered like one of the greatest artists of all time, and one of the great artists of the Golden Age. And it was at a time when he's a black artist, it shows that even back then they weren't that discriminatory. If you have the talent, they would showcase your work. So it was more about talent than anything else. Okay, so that was from 1946. Okay, so the next, speaking of black, one of the characters that everyone kind of associates with Black Power, or is the Black Panther. And this is the new Black Panther. Shiri, her first appearance was in this book. So Black Panther number 2. And I probably should have waited on this. I got the FOMO, I got the fear that the prices were going to go insane after the movie, and I was kind of worried that it'd just go up and up and up, and I'd miss out. So what happened was this book was actually much more expensive maybe a year ago, and the prices had kind of cooled. All the hype around the Black Panther movie was sort of in a wane, and now the movie came out, and the prices, I don't know what the prices are like going to be like when this video airs, but they're still quite high from what I saw. I picked this up at an auction, and it went for a reasonable price. I think I paid $80 for it. I don't know if that's a good price or not compared to what maybe 6 months from now. Who knows if it's going to still hold that value. But she is the new Black Panther, and this is her first appearance. So not as Black Panther, but it is the first appearance of Shuri. And it was a book I had wanted for a while. But I always was kind of a little bit hesitant to buy it because the prices were really crazy. I mean, that book a year ago was probably over $100. So to pick it up for $80, I thought was reasonable. Okay, next. Okay, so I showed already a few from this series. This is the big one. This is Captain Science #1. Again, another great bubble helmet cover. And so yeah, it's just a really great cover with Captain Science #1. Fantastic adventure stories. Captain Science #1. And what does it say? First appearance and origin of Captain Science. Gordon Dane. Robot cover. So kind of cool. Kind of a cool book. And who's the artist? Art by Wally Wood and Gustav Schroeder. So yeah, so kind of cool Wally Wood cover. Actually, the cover is actually by a different artist. It's by Walter Johnson. So 3 artists involved. So really kind of cool. Great golden age book. So from 1950. So really great. Okay, next. This one's a really big book. Like it's like much bigger than some of the other ones. Let's see what it is. Oh, wow. Okay, it's just, I was thinking, what could be the big book, like in terms of size? It's just sometimes some of these Golden Age books, when they put them in the slabs, they have to use a magazine-sized slab, which is kind of annoying for me. But this is a great book. I don't mind it too much because it is such a great book. This is Fighting Marines #2. And this is actually the first appearance of a Matt Baker character called Canteen Kate. And that's her right there. Canteen Kate. I really like Canteen Kate. She's kind of an interesting character. And I like Matt Baker. So this is a Matt Baker cover because that is his art. And it is restored. It says apparent. This is an older slab. So what's the restoration? Restoration includes a small amount of cover touch on cover, tear seals to cover. And sometimes you can see this color touch. I don't see it. But, it does present reasonably well. I don't like the slab too much. It's a bit big. It's got all this crazy space here. But it is kind of cool to get Canteen Kate's first appearance. Now, the interesting thing is, if you look up, I forgot what site, often it'll show Canteen Kate's first appearance as being Canteen Kate #1. But this book is several years before Canteen Kate #1, and there's actually, she appeared throughout the series of Fighting Marines. So I don't know why they have it with that mislabeling of Canteen Kate's first appearance being in Canteen Kate. That's her first story, book fully devoted to her, but she did make her first appearance in this book. So one that, if you're a Matt Baker collector, like I am, it's definitely a book that you should look out for. It's very affordable. I think I paid $150, I believe, for this one. and it's in a 4.0. It's not super high grade, but it's, it presents well. That's really the point. It's got prizes on the back too. So yeah, so first appearance of Canteen Kate on cover, insert by Matt Baker. So kind of cool. Okay, so what else do we got here? A whole bunch more. Oh, this one's this one's really great. This is a modern comic. Wow, really well wrapped. So what happened was people asked me, who is your favorite sexiest Marvel character? And I surprised a lot of people when I said that my favorite female character from Marvel, the one that I think is the sexiest, I should say, not necessarily my favorite character, but the one that I think is the sexiest from Marvel is this character. And it is Psylocke. I really like Psylocke. I thought this was a really great, sexy cover for her. This is her first solo series as well. So this is A Girl Called Hope, #1, backup story by Diane. I can't even pronounce that name, so I'm not going to even try. It's all over the place. This is a David Finch cover, and just really great. This book can be actually quite pricey. I had to actually talk the guy down, but it's 9.8. It's like a couple $100. It's crazy how much this book goes for. So I guess sexy girl cover showing her assets. Bit of a pun there. I didn't realize. Yeah, can command big money. So really great cover though. I do like it. So Psylocke, #1. From 2010. Okay. This one also got wrapped really well. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So this one is considered a grail amongst this genre, if that makes sense. There's one of my friends, Black Box Silver and Bronze. He sort of got me hooked on this idea. I love 3D comics. I love the whole idea of wearing glasses, looking at the comic and getting that 3D effect. Always thought it was cool. ACG was a publishing company that took that 3D idea one step further. What if you could look at a comic without 3D glasses? And they developed this thing called True Vision. And this is the grail from that collection. This is Adventures into the Unknown 58. And it's a great robot cover. I'm going to take it out of the plastic so I can show it a bit better. So I'm not sure if you can see, but the way that they did it, they achieved the effect of 3D, is they use this black border. And if you open up the book, it actually has black borders throughout. And what they do is they use sharp lines on the characters that are in the foreground and kind of very dull, muted colors for the objects in the background. So the net effect with this black border and this kind of weird thing is you get kind of almost like a 3D effect. And this is kind of an interesting cover because it's just a great robot cover. So this book is really the grail from the run. There's about 19 books in all that featured this effect. And this is one of the ones that is most sought after because it has the best cover image. So yeah, it just says Harry Lazarus cover and art, and it's from 1954. Really great, great, book to have in my collection. Probably one of my favorite robot covers. There's a few others that I can think of, but one of my favorite, definitely. I just think it's really great. And it looks like he's kind of doing something weird with the train. So when I saw this listed, actually, it was kind of funny. They said innuendo cover. So maybe because it's kind of a weird pose, and the train kind of interesting. So, but I really like this cover. It's really great. Okay, so, oh, okay, this one's kind of a funny one. So what happened was, if you watch my last big unboxing series, it was like 10 episodes. This is 11, so this is even bigger. I showed this book. And at the time, when I recorded the video, and when I actually originally posted the video, when I had originally bought the comic, it was the only one on the census, and it was a 0.5 grade. It was like really low grade. After, I noticed that there was 2 books so there was actually 3 that were on the census. One was a 9, like a really high grade, 9.0. Then there was a 1.8, and then there was the 0.5. So I had originally bought the 0.5. I spent a lot on the 0.5, thinking it was the only one on the census. So I thought, oh, wow, it's rare. It's like the only one on the census, and it's a low grade. So I thought, could be valuable. And I kind of overpaid. I really did. I even though that book, when I bought it, I had talked the guy down a couple $100. So I actually thought I had, negotiated quite well. However, there is other copies. There's 3 copies. Now I own 2 of the copies out of the 3 on the census. And this is the 0.8 one. I wish I had the 9.0, but this is the 0.8. And actually paid less for this than I did for the 0.5. So it's like one of those things. I won this in auction. I got a really good price on it. And this is Archie's Pal Jughead #1. And it's kind of, if you look this book up, there's 2 versions. There's the American version, and then there's this version, which is the Bell Features. This is the rarer of the 2. As I said, there's only 3 on the census, and it's the Canadian edition. They used a little bit different paper. The quality is generally not as good, and a lot of these didn't survive. So it's kind of a cool book to have, actually. So if you want a 0.5, I have one now for sale. I have to get rid of that one. But this is the Canadian edition, quite rare. Okay. It came out a little bit later than the American edition. Okay, so we got 3 more books. Okay, let's see. We'll go with this one first. Oh, this one's kind of fun. So I mentioned that I love 3D books, and Bry's Comics had a 3D book that I thought was really cool and that I always wanted, and usually goes for big money. And he had it for a reasonable price, and he always offers that 10% discount. So I recommend, if you haven't checked out Bry's Comics before, check it out. bryscomics.com, I believe. He has some really great stuff. And I think if you use, I forgot what the promo code is, but you can watch one of his videos, and, he does a YouTube channel as well. You can get like 10% off the prices. So generally the books that he's selling is usually, I find he'll take fair market value, and then if you using the discount, you get it 10% below that fair market value. So very affordable, very fair dealer, very good guy. And he had this 3D book that I really, really wanted. It's 3-dimensional Tales from the Crypt of Terror. So it's really great. This is Al Felstein that did the art. I'll take it out of the plastic. Actually put it in a nice bag, but this will make it show a little bit better. It's not a high grade, it's like a 1.5, but a very affordable 1.5. It is, the one thing is, it's considered incomplete, just so you know. The reason it's incomplete is it's missing the 3D glasses. Not all, so this book originally came with 2 pairs of 3D glasses. Well, this copy only has 1 of those 3D glasses. So it's considered incomplete. because it's missing one of the pair of 3D glasses. So kind of interesting. Only issue, 2 pairs of 3D glasses included, formerly three-dimensional EC comics, classics. And if you wait for future unboxings, I actually got the first issue of this series, so it's only two issues. I actually have the other one coming in a future unboxing. But this is a really great comic. I just really love it. You know, I think it's I think it's the better of the two in terms of the cover. I like that even the bad guys or the monsters have 3D glasses on, and I like the fact that there's this cool 3D effect from the comic book. So yeah, so just a really great book. I was super excited to get it. It only contains one of the 2 pairs of glasses, but I think, you know, I'm surprised that it even contains one of the pairs. Like, you know, how many books from, you know, how many people would have kept the glasses, really? Okay, now we got 2 more books, and we're finished this finale. And this one is just a really great cover. It's a pure cover buy. I love this cover. And it's Pep Comics number 155. I just think it's a very sexy cover. I just kind of like this sort of Catwoman-like girl on the cover. And we cat people love to play with mousy fellows like yourself. It's kind of cute. And yeah, it's this Fly Girl appearance, covered by Bob White. And yeah, just really cool. So this is Pep Comics 155. Now I'll actually take it out of the plastic. Yeah, make it show a little bit better. So just a really great cover. I like this kind of sexy good girl art cover. Again, I mentioned this in a previous video. I purchased a lot of these around Halloween. So that's why you'll notice a bit of a Halloween element to it. I just thought this was such a great cover, though. Okay, so that's that. Now the last book is a big book, quite rare book, and I like my Golden Age first appearances, and I like when there's a first appearance of a female character as well, and I like it when there's a first cover appearance as well. So it's like, you know, Golden Age, good, sexy girl, and first appearance, and on the cover. So all those elements. So this is All American Comics number 89, and it's the first cover appearance and first appearance of Harlequin. Now, Harlequin was kind of a precursor to Harley Quinn. So kind of a cool character, because this is kind of like Golden Age Harley Quinn. Well, it is Harlequin, but just kind of a cool cover. And that's what she looked like. She was kind of like this court jester looking like girl. Warning, this is the fate. Is this your fate? No, the Harlequin. And just a really great comic. Like any of the books that from the Golden Age that feature her on the cover go for crazy prices. Every time I see them on Heritage, I try to bid on them, and they always go out of my price range. So when I picked this one up, I was super excited, because I didn't think I'd ever get a copy of it, because it just, you know, it always seemed to go for crazy prices. So yeah, so it says first appearance and origin of Harlequin, Molly May, Marley May. And what else can I tell you about it? Art and Stories by Al Smith and Henry Lappert, and cover by Ivan Hassan. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, so just a really great book. I'll show you the back. Nice, nice rifle back cover. So, you know, every kid needs a rifle. So, yeah. So, yeah, first appearance of Harlequin. So kind of a cool book. I was super excited to win that. Okay, so that has been the grand finale. I recommend, if you haven't, check out all the other videos. There's some really great books. Basically, the start of this series, of this current series of 11 videos, featured what, if you had just had this as your collection, it would be a great collection, because it had underground comics, it had romance comics, it had pre-code horror, it had sci-fi comics, it had major superhero comics. It's a pretty great unboxing in general. So I hope that you take the time to watch all the other videos, and please leave me some feedback. What did you think of these unboxings? And I hope you enjoyed. Bye for now.